Welcome to Healing Through Dentistry podcast,
where we redefine health, wellness, and the power of your smile.
We're your hosts,
Hana
and Eva, twin sisters, qualified dentists and medical doctors.
This is more than a dental podcast.
It's a journey into profound connection between oral health and whole body healing.
Through personal stories, inspiring client transformations, and expert insights,
we explore how dentistry can ignite energy, relieve chronic pain, and transform lives.
Get ready to discover the extraordinary ways your smile can heal, inside and out.
Let's begin.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of Healing Through Dentistry. And this is our very beautiful summer series where we're sharing what we love to do in terms of books, documentaries, people we get inspired by. And we've been sharing few, but today is about one of our favorite women in the world, and that is Sage Robbins. So sending love to Sage, first of all, because she is a big inspiration.
Yes, she is. We women, I found, for me, it's very important to have role models, women. And this is what Sage does very beautifully, because beside his amazing husband, Tony Robbins, she is the icon as well. And she is leading women with their hearts, and she is sharing stories. She is sharing other women's stories. And what I love about her, that she does every year in summer a summit, which is called Unstoppable Woman. I did that course online a couple of times. I always took this day or 2 days on holiday. So if you guys are on holiday, I remember I was in North Spain, longboard surfing.
Or even if you're not on holiday, we would recommend to do it.
I took time. Somebody would be saying, oh, look, it's a beautiful day. But if you're in Europe, it works very well because you start in the afternoon and you go to the night. So you would be at the computer from, let's say, 3 o'clock up till midnight. So once I was in Portugal surfing, and the other time I was in North Spain longboard surfing. And I don't regret. It was beautiful. It was just so good to hear women talking and inspiring you in any areas in your life. So last time it was more focused on the health, which is like what is our actually mission, to bring people's health back. And there was a story of Hayley Hugh, who she is a dancer, a very professional dancer. And she collapsed on the stage and she had brain bleeding. But because Hayley thinks and act and feel like she was trained by Tony Robbins, but she is actually, because her husband, he was a big fan from the early age. And so they surrender. And they were thinking positive. They were thinking about results, and she was on her foot. She has to actually learn how to walk. So it was really severe stuff. So that's why I like when people like her, who are sane, are sharing their experiences. And I follow her a tiny bit on her Instagram now, and she is such a beautiful lady that she's inspiring others to really lead with heart and help each other with frequencies, because we're all one. So she was thinking about, I think it was her uncle who was going through some surgery, neurosurgery for brain tumor. And she was asking followers to hold him in their thoughts, because she knows and we know how the thought works, and it's a profound healing for the one we think about. So Sage Robbins, I have to say also that when we were working in London, and it was 2011, I started actually seeing some YouTube videos, Sage Robbins and Tony Robbins, on relationship. Mm-hmm. So she's there. Both are very big on teaching people about relationship, about feminine, masculine. And I love it because it's a life experience, and they're really speaking their heart, and they're teaching techniques, and also they make you realize what might not be ideal what you're doing. So you're uncovering your unconscious pattern.
I also love both of them for sharing their life, because They've been together for 25 years. Tony Robbins was married before. I'm not sure about Sage.
I think she was as well.
And they meet.
Training marriage, they call it.
They meet in one of his events, I think.
Mm.
But anyway, it's now 25 years they've been together, and they are sharing basically their journeys. I haven't heard her story about getting pregnant until like recently. And I didn't know that she was having difficulty to conceive for 8-9 years, she was sharing. So people who do experience that, I might feel with her and see how she felt, or they both felt, when they, inspire a whole world, literally, and they are having these kind of challenges. So it was amazing from them to actually share their stories, but also the fact that they decided to go for surrogate. So for like, what's that called in English? Surrogate?
Yeah, mom.
Another mom who's going to be carry their child, who is now, their daughter is now 4 years old. And it's beautiful how they, again,
manage the situation.
Because they took this lady as a part of their family. So their daughter have actually 2 moms.
One is mom and the other one is mommy. And it's really legislatively, they had to see in front of the computer in COVID, and it's the judge from the States announced that they can, or, just announced this is it, mommy and mom. So their daughter has 2 moms. And I love it that they're breaking the habits and they're breaking what we think it's,
conceived as a normal.
Yes. And, and anything is possible. And it's just about your goals, which you set.
Yeah, lucky child. I can imagine, because imagine Sage is a mom, but she's got an extra mom who is lovely.
Mary B
and
is amazing. Yeah.
Is Tony Robbins. Yeah. So imagine.
And they have amazing podcasts. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah, that's maybe you can touch on that as well about Tony Robbins as well as Sage Robbins do have a podcast, or
with Mary B.
All three of them, but also they do have a podcast on several topics as well. But what I love to follow them the most is their, social media. So Instagram, because or whatever, if you want to just, be motivated and if you just want to spend a few minutes with them, I would just go on Instagram, and both Sage Robbins and Tony Robbins, they have a separate. So you can, whatever Sage says, it's beautiful. She is, very heart open person, and she's got this gift and ability to, translate stuff in a different language for all of us. And she's got this ability to actually unite people in my eyes. So she is uniting us. She is making us more kind, more generous, more grateful. She's beautiful. She's got this gift to actually pass that over. Then you think like, yes, of course, it's natural, because it is natural. It's our human mark.
And when you go to the retreat, Sage Robbins, she always would be on the day of relationship. So Tony Robbins, he has this event which is called Date with Destiny, and you can see the documentary to see how it actually looks. It's very nicely produced. It's called I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix. And there is also follow-up online 7 years after, which is interesting to see as well, because this documentary definitely changed my life too, to see what's possible. And she always is with Tony Robbins on stage on Relationship Day. And I just share what happened on Relationship Day. I love when they bring the energy, feminine energy into the room. So they make all women to stand and they let them be in their feminine energy. They let you dance. They have music, and you feel how everything, if you get to your feminine, because you're there, let's go and let's you're not in your body. But once you get into your feminine, the energy in the room, and usually there's around, I would say 5,000 people, everything changes, and you are very attractive to men who are around you. So just get to your feminine part, and that's what they teach you. Then they swap. and they have like the music from Gladiator, and all men are screaming and like, they're in the war, Gladiator, and it's just so attractive when men are in the masculine. So they teach you, whatever you do, we women, we have businesses, we love our businesses, we love inspiring people, and we love doing what we're doing. But what they teach you is when you come home, you are in your feminine energy, and then it works, the relationship in between man and woman. It doesn't matter whether you have bigger business than your husband or not.
I agree, Eva. What you're trying to say is that we all, no matter if we're woman or man, we do have both energies in us. So be it feminine and masculine, but it needs to be differentiated when we're in feminine and we're in masculine. So of course, if you're a business leader, if you're CEO, if you've got a position there or there or there, you're at work, being a woman, you might have times where you're really in your do act mode, which is masculine, very much masculine. But then it wouldn't be very useful if you come home and stay in your masculine energy, because your husband surely won't like it. So it is good to be reminded we need a balance. We need to get back into our femininity and nurture ourselves, nurture our family, switch to a different, energy.
And they're teaching you a lot to be grateful for little things. So I love Tony Robbins is like, when you get in love, he will be like, what can I do for you, honey? I will go with the trash.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, a few months, it's like, trash again. So it's just to be grateful for little things in the relationship, and being grateful is changing the energy in between two people very much.
So they make you to do exercises as well, right? And it's really funny because you don't realize small things, only just to perceive your husband, partner, boyfriend, or, co-worker in a different, grateful, more compassionate, more understanding energy changes everything. Mm-hmm. Then you see the partner's response, which shock you, because it's not the answer you would have expected, like slapping or being aggressive, but like the fact that you were sending over the energy which was compassionate, understanding, you made the person to be loved, to be seen, to be heard, to try to understand where he or she's coming from, makes so much of a difference. So we do recommend to follow or be inspired by Sage Robbins, as well as Tony Robbins, as well as Mary
I would
B.
like to say a few words which I think they are also transformational for me. The Hawaiian, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, which is so profound. And it's a doctor in Hawaii who was trying to change health in mental hospitals or in prisons, I think, in prisons. And
so he came up with these.
It was
affirmation,
so
if you can call it affirmation.
These results that, these guys in prison, they have never met him. But because there was a thought, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. This energy was healing them. So I love this story as well. I love what Tony and Sage are doing. So
by the way, I use it quite, often.
Me too. Me too.
It's beautiful because
it changes the energy in between.
You don't need to say it out loud, but you just
you're whispering to yourself.
You imagine the person or the situation or whatever you're dealing with, and you whisper to yourself, you say to yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you do it with your open heart, and it changes everything. So that was beautiful to finish with. And
see you in the next episode.
Can't wait to see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on Healing Through Dentistry podcast.
We hope today's conversation has inspired you to see your smile as the gateway to whole body well-being.
To stay connected, visit us on our website or follow us on social media.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit.
Until next time, remember, healing starts with a smile.
Take care,
and we will see you in the next episode.